Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Survivor Ghost Island episode 11. And I'm about to have a freaking heart attack, fall out on the floor, cardiac arrest episode. I don't even know where to begin. First things first, no Ghost Island in the Ghost Island.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that was gone.
Yeah.
It was fine. We didn't need
right. I'm not complaining or anything.
Yeah, well, I'm not complaining either. I mean, it's kind of like a running joke now. I don't even know if I'm going to try to wrap this episode up really quick before we get into it. But my notes are like 5 pages long. And I'm just like, all over the place. So real quick, we've got no Deborah tonight. She is at Reality Rally in in Boston?
I thought it was Florida.
Is it in Florida? I don't know where it is.
I think Florida.
Well, last time I stalked her on Facebook, she had checked in Boston. So, okay. All I know is she's still there. But she's at Reality Rally in Florida. So we've got Nate with us tonight, filling in for her. And
hey, how's it going?
As always, Tyler. I just want to say you two are a match made in heaven. You two are going to nerd out all over the place, and I'm probably just going to sit back and bask in it all.
I break it all down. I can't wait.
Okay, but let me get into it real quick, and then you guys can have the floor. The episode starts out with everyone is hugging Laurel. She saved the day in front of everyone. And then all of a sudden it cuts to Seb wants a fruity rice patch out of freaking nowhere. I don't even know where that came from. We've got Wendell, Donathan, hold on. Wendell, Donathan, Laurel, and Dominic. Freaking abbreviating these two gosh damn names. Okay, they're still in their alliance, okay? Everybody knows about Dominic and Wendell, but they don't really know about Donathan and Laurel. I think they're kind of onto the whole Laurel thing right now. Dom goes immediately into let's find another idol mode, and nobody follows the guy. Nobody's paying freaking attention again, and the guy finds an authentic fake idol that he needs to convince someone else to use. And I can't remember if he actually gets some kind of power out of that. I don't know. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay, we have the immunity challenge. It's only one immunity challenge. They're split into 2 groups. They're hanging around. The whole ball's up with poles. Okay. 2 people win. The last person standing gets to pick which tribal goes to tribal council. We have the purple team. We have Chelsea, Seb, Angela, Jenna, Donathan, orange team, Michael, Laurel, Dominic, Wendell, and Kellen. Let's see. This is in the order which everyone falls out. Kellen, Mike, Donathan, Laurel, Seb, Jenna, Angela, and Wendell. The purple team, Chelsea fucking wins. Yes. I don't know. Yes. Wow. What is going on with this chick? So that's the Chelsea moment. Pretty much that is the Chelsea moment. If you can find another one, I'm all ears.
The last immunity she won.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Orange.
None we hear from her what she thinks about that or anything.
Right.
Yeah. I hope she breaks the female record. I really do, because that would just be kind of funny.
She might. Well, Dominic wins for the orange team. So let's see here. Then I have meanwhile at camp. Meanwhile, on the left side of camp, Mike thinks he's going home, which isn't too far off from center on that one. This really blew my mind. He asks Donathan if he can borrow his idol. And Donathan's, fuck no. I mean, seriously, when did he think that? What was the end game here, buddy? When were you going to give it back to him and him not get out it? I don't know. We'll get into that. But he lies to everyone. Mike tells everyone he has an idol. Kellen is all but shitting her pants, shitting all over the island, freaking out. She goes to Dom, and Dom's like, fuck no, he does not have one. Bitch, no, he does not have one. Just calm down. Here's the thing. Nobody asks to see it, which blows my mind. Wendell tells Laurel, and they mentioned throwing Kellen's name out there. Kellen is I'm freaking out. I'm going to use my extra vote. So meanwhile, on the right side of the island, or meanwhile with Seb, as I like to call it, we've got Seb, Angela, and Chelsea. Oh, yeah, I'm just writing C. I'm not even writing her whole name out. Well, they're saying they're going to vote for Jenna. Jenna is exfoliating with sand. Chelsea and Seb tell Jenna they are voting out Donathan. Wink, wink. Donathan tells Jenna to vote Seb, and he'll use his freaking idol on her. And I'm like, she's like, freaking idiot. Please do. So we get to the tribal. We get to the purple team. Jenna's just like, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. Whatever, whatnot. And they vote, and Donathan gets up and uses his idol on himself. Thank you, Jesus, because Allison was freaking throwing cats about to have a freaking hissy fit.
I was too.
Yeah. So Jenna goes home. Orange team comes up. Everyone's looking at Mike except Dominic. Dominic's like, this little chump does not have a freaking idol. So they end up voting. And guess what? It comes up, but nobody demands to see it. I'm about to go nuts on that. Wendell and Dom start a little whispering party, and they have a tie vote between Laurel and Mike. Well, Mike obviously is going to go because he doesn't, he didn't use the idol. It was the fake out. And Michael is voted out. And before we even get started, if I hear Navidi Strong one more time, I even have that written on here. If I hear Navidi Strong one more time,
Purple Power Strong.
I'm done. I'm done with it. I don't even care anymore. Ask to see the fucking idol each and every time. We got people. Hold on, we got people going nuts in the chat. I mean, yes, I almost had a heart attack. Hello, HFG, Joy-Con Thomas, Kyle. I thought Donathan was gonna save Jen. I was worried. So glad he saved you. Me too. This episode was crazy. Jenna did get what she deserved. Chelsea is a comp queen with no edit. This is very true. I don't know where this chick is coming from. Okay, guys, go.
Okay.
So I really struggle to find a season that has had stronger tribal lines than this one. I mean, if either of you can think of an example of one, except for like early days of Survivor, like Borneo and Australia and stuff like that. But this is really like on another level of like Navidi Strong. It's really, really crazy. Like, we are now down to the final 8, and I guarantee you one of the first things Kellen is going to say is, we have to stay Navidi Strong this week. Like, it's really crazy.
I'm so over it.
Yeah.
There's only a few examples that I can think of that are after All Stars. I think there's like 3 of where a tribe was just like, we're going to stick together no matter what.
Yeah.
No, 4. I can think of 4 or 5.
But, which ones come to mind for you?
Okay, so between like All Stars and Heroes versus Villains, Vanuatu, when the women's tribe just took over. Yeah. And then in Cook Islands, when it was Red versus Blue and Red ended up winning. Mm-hmm. And then in China, when Todd's whole like just tribe was just like, yeah, we're just going to pick off Old Yellow. And then after Heroes versus Villains, it was ironically both of the regular Redemption Island seasons, which was Redemption Island and South Pacific,
right?
Where we just had 2 Pagongings right in a row. Yeah,
it's really crazy to me, like how we're 36 seasons into this show and that can still happen,
Yeah.
Like
it's scary.
It's really like a mob mentality type of thing, and I don't know if it's playing out of fear or what, but to me it's really interesting how that's developed.
I don't know if it's necessarily as clear cut. I think that has more to do with Kellen than it really has to do with anyone else.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, just because like I think Dom and Wendell really, really want to flip, but I think they're just waiting for the correct time. And I think they were hoping this round would be the round, but because of the twist, I think that's why it didn't happen. And like the twist, like the thing is they did something similar in Fiji, and that pissed people off a lot that season. I have no idea why they decided to bring it back. I mean, it was a cool twist, just a poor season for it to happen in.
Right, exactly. Also, like another note that I had, like one of the first things I had written down, everybody's like really getting down to their skin and bones. Like Michael has like all of his muscles were totally deflated, and like the first shot that of Sebastian tonight, I was like, holy cow! Like this guy is literally like no fat left on his body, and
they've given him so much less food this season. It's
well,
nice.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know, Allison, if you heard this, but preseason Jeff was talking about how. They're given a lot less rice than previous seasons to kind of help the hunters and gatherers for the group have a little bit more of an important role, which is just what this show needs, is like another excuse to keep the alpha male around. But it's really showing, like they're really like getting skinny out there.
Bonita had said in the chat, does Sebastian's eyes mesmerize anyone else besides me? And I said, well, his eyes are playing a better game than him. But here's the thing. His eyes are bigger than his entire body right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm saying he's so freaking thin.
Yeah.
That it's, you know.
They look like they're on like day 45 of Australian Survivor, which if you don't watch Australian Survivor, watch it because it's really, really good.
I need to. I want to see it.
It's like they're out there for 55 days in Australia. So they look thin. What, 59? Is it 59
I think
now?
it's 59.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 55.
55. All right. Well, still, like that's like so much. Like
someone Google it out there. How long is Australian? So these two are gonna fight.
I mean, I could be wrong on this.
Have a nerd fight. Okay.
So yeah. So of course, like we honestly, like I'm really tired of this season. Like I feel like what I'm really tired about is Dominic is narrating this entire season. Yeah. Like this whole episode was like the first like 30 minutes was all told through Dominic's perspective. And I just really want to hear from other people for a change. And like it's literally like confessional after confessional about what Dominic thinks, like what's the move going to be after like they come back from the immunity challenge. Like he's the one that says like, all right, well, we're gonna go after this person tonight. It's crazy. Like the editing is so uneven this season. It's like that, and
it's been a trend lately with that. Like last season, it was overpoweringly Ben. Like
but it's just had like Chrissy as kind of like an anti, like to like who ended up being like the winner. I feel like there's no like edited like opposing side really.
I think Laurel's the only one really, or Kellen.
Yeah.
You know what would have been funny is if Dominic had given Michael the authentic fake idol.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
It would have been like, look, dude, I know you don't have an idol.
Yeah.
Here's one, okay, because like we really want to get rid of Kellen because she's freaking everybody out because she's freaking out.
I was like, when he was describing the idol, I was just like, please say idol null, please say idol null. And then they're like, oh no, it's a fake idol that you can get power from if you can successfully like trick someone. I'm like, it's like, what does that mean? Like successfully trick someone? However, like that's a thing. Like, does that mean the person has to try to play the fake idol and like that counts or what? Like,
breaking news, you both were wrong. Australian Survivor is 55 days.
No, he said 55.
I said 55.
All right, I had to be wrong on this show.
57 or 59, whatever.
I had to be wrong once on this show. I guess I'll take it now.
Met your match. I'm telling you,
you
met your match over here.
And of course, like the next like Ghost Island thing that we see is another thing from like really recent Survivor history. And I think that they need to give their fans more credit, especially being 36 seasons into the show and still having the high ratings that they do. That the audience has a better memory span than just 2 years. Like honestly, like everything is coming from like Co-Wrong and on. Exactly.
Not when you're my age. I couldn't tell you what happened last year.
Yeah. And like I want to see like Brendan's idol from Token Teens. I want to see let's see here. I want to see JT's idol from Heroes versus Villains, not the one from Game Changers, because the one from Heroes versus Villains was more important to why JT's a dumbass.
See, I literally said that. Like when that happened, like you are like speaking my mind right
now. Who else? I want to see Yao Man's fake idol. I want to see, even though it's probably still in Fiji. Who else? I want to see Yule's idol. Like Yule's idol still plays some significance because technically that represented a poor move by Penner, and like that would have been really cool to see there.
Yeah.
Who else? I
would love to see Sierra Easton's rock from Blood versus Water make its way into some kind of twist.
Yes,
that was a moment.
Not Jessica's. No, Jessica's was more heartbreaking to me. But even so, like
yeah, either one of those. But yeah. Also,
Pascal's rock.
Yes, exactly. Any of the rocks.
I want to see Ozzy's rock.
But I also said, like, I wrote down, how was this the authentic fake idol if Jeff threw it in the fire?
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad someone brought that up. It looked
burned, but I think they tried to recreate as best as they could. But there were like, I remember him painting on it, and there was no paint on that freaking thing. Like that was not the real one.
I don't know how authentic that fake idol is to its true form, but whatever, I guess. So we split up into the two tribes, and I really thought it was interesting how I feel like one tribe was the tribe that's getting edits this season, and then the other tribe is the people that are not getting any airtime this season.
That's why I said, meanwhile, on the left side of the island, and meanwhile on the right, Seb and them, I mean, because they literally spent 2 seconds on what was it, the Orange tribe or whatever they were gonna, Chelsea's tribe was gonna do, and then they spent the entire time on what Dom's tribe was gonna do.
Yeah,
and, I mean, like,
and both are significant. So
I mean, I'm just watching Seb try to make talk game while picking his teeth. Like, guys, I think we should tell Jenna we're voting for Jonathan, and I'm out Jenna.
I really think that they just didn't have like anything to show. I mean, Jeff even said it himself, like, all right, well, this is the shortest deliberation we've had in a tribal council. And I'm like, well, look at like the 5 people that are talking right now. Like
Joy-Con Thomas says that Angela might win. She's in a good spot. And I agree with you with the good spot part. I think she's the biggest GOAT to take to the end at this point because they've shown her making moves. The problem is I don't think anyone thinks to associate with her with those moves, which is a shame because Angela is playing well.
I was surprised how quickly she got out during the immunity challenge.
Same. Angela, she got to the final 2 of her tribe.
In the immunity challenge?
Yeah, it came out between her and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I meant how, okay, you're right. I for some reason, I kept having to remind myself during this that it was not one big immunity challenge, it was 2.
Right.
I just see how far back my memory goes, and you guys expect me to remember something that happened on Survivor 5 fucking years ago.
This is why you keep us like walking encyclopedias for reality television around. Also, like after Jenna and Michael go tonight, we are now down to 2 Navidi, two Malolo versus 6 Navidi. That's crazy.
But they're not Navidi or Malolo anymore. They're one freaking tribe.
I think it's an alliance that just wants some sort of thing that otherwise would never work together, but they're just using that as an excuse to stay together. Yeah. I really think that's what it is at this point. And you kind of see this happen a couple times. Like, for example, like South Pacific, like who was it? Like Upolo. Like out of the 6 of them, do you really think that Brandon Hance and Sophie would ever work together in any other situation? Right. But no, like that like literally it was because of Upolu and Coach just being like, yeah, everyone needs to work together, and Sophie being like, oh, I can be any of these idiots in the final 3. So it was literally, it's just a name or an idea that means nothing otherwise. And it just means, hey, we came together and we know where your head is at because you don't want to make a shot at someone who's known you since day 1. And that's literally it. That's literally it.
So results aside from Michael going home tonight, what did you guys think about his scramble leading up to the tribal council?
I thought it was a good try, but I mean,
I think he should not have said anything to Kellen. That's what gave it away. The fact that he said anything about the idol to Kellen made it seem like he didn't have an idol, which is why Don called him on his bluff. If he wanted people to think he didn't have one, he should have just sat around the shelter and relaxed and done nothing. Like that's the best thing they could have done. Like the like if you look back like last season when what's his face, the guy who got fourth, Devin, when Devin called the fact that Ben had an idol and voted to save himself, the final five, like that made Devin like super sketched out. And when you have someone like Kellen who's like super paranoid and getting to her own head, and it's been like established that Dom can also get very paranoid, I think that if he just said nothing, he would have been fine.
That he probably would have gotten away with it on the other tribe, because I'm telling you right now, Seth would have been like, I do think he has an idol, y'all. So I think he has an idol. His teeth. One more time. Stop picking your freaking teeth. It's nasty. I don't want to see it.
So here's what I think should have been the plan of action. You know, we're seeing Laurel once again at Tribal Council getting frustrated, being left out of talks with Dominic and Wendell. Like, it's really not a good look. And Laurel is getting frustrated. I think that her voice is just very naturally monotone, so we can't really tell too much how frustrated she's getting. But if she's getting to the point where she's like calling it out as it's happening in Tribal Council, that's a problem. And it's not the first time that she's voiced concerns here. So like, to me, if I were in Laurel's shoes, I would be saying to myself, like, why are me, Michael, and Kellen just arguing for who's scraping at the bottom? Why don't us three come together, and why don't we take out Wendell, totally blindside him, which makes Dominic a lot weaker?
Because Kellen's pro Navidi, and she's no way in hell gonna keep a Malolo over Navidi.
Yeah, but you saw how much she like panicked and freaked out once she saw that like her name was on the bottom. Like, I think that if Laurel kind of picked up on that paranoia and ran with it, I think that Kellen could have.
Yeah, she also and also Laurel also knows that both Wendell and Dom have an idol, so there's an added layer to that. So if like she goes to Kellen and said, "Hey, I want to split up Wendell and Dom," and Kellen thinks, "Oh, I'm pro Navidi, I don't want to lose a Navidi," she's immediately going to go to Wendell and say, "Laurel's coming after you."
Right.
So it just like in that way, like it's better for her to just let Michael go, because now it's like, in my opinion, she has a better shot going into the next tribal, especially because Helen used her double vote. And while like Laurel in no way could have predicted that, that was a huge misplay by Kellen, in my opinion. She just absolutely overextended in her play, because she did not need to do that. And she showed, like, if she showed her cards last episode, she showed them even more this time. And it just showed like Kellen completely is just spinning herself into a paranoia-ridden circle. Like, it's insane.
But if I'm Laurel, like, why not take advantage of that and create like a twosome that she can trust? Because obviously there's so many issues with trusting Dominic and Wendell, and rightfully so, to be honest. Like, they are so powerful in this game. They have so many advantages, which is like information that I know that Laurel and Kellen don't know the full extent of, so we can't argue that like too much, or we can't like dock points for that too much. But like, Kellen is not the most trusting of them too either. I think that she's only with Dominic and Wendell for convenience of like sticking around, because she knows that they're power players in this game. So why not take one of them out? Like, that's, I don't know.
I think it also has to do with timing, because like, especially if like the fact that Jenna just got eliminated, that's a big sign to her that the three people on the other side are still in the same mindset that she wants them to be in.
Sure.
So it would look it would have looked incredibly worse for Kellen if she voted for Wendell.
Yeah, Kellen, like, I'm still rooting for her, because I'm just really starting to get anti-Dominic and Wendell, just because it's so obvious that they're like, one of them is going to be the winner. Like, it's like not even, because this edit is so uneven this season. Like, it's ridiculous.
I'm hoping that what happens is Dominic did say that he wants to take out Wendell, and I really hope that's what happens, because I think that's a better story in general. Two, I would love it if it blew up in his face. Like, I think it would be absolutely nuts to see that happen, and I really hope it does.
You'd rather see Wendell come out on top than Dominic?
I would rather see Wendell come out on top, but I think Dominic is just based off the edit.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dominic is doing a lot of work. He's scurrying around, and this is just from my perspective, from not just Survivor, but Big Brother and other shows. Sometimes the person that is putting in the most work and running around and doing everything are usually the ones that don't make it. They are the ones that are cut right at the end. They do all the work, or they try to get everything done just to get cut in the end.
Because there's such a visible threat.
Right, because there's such a visible threat. And you're sitting there going, okay, Dominic, you keep calling the shots. You keep doing whatever. I'm going to let you know I'm on your side. I'm going to ride your coattails.
Right.
And we'll get there. Let me tell you something, honey. It's like Dominic said tonight. I love Wendell like a brother. We're bonding and whatnot, but I will cut his throat when the time comes.
Yeah.
Sorry. I have to play devil's advocate to that, because I feel like he's not running around and telling everybody what to do. Everyone's going to him and telling him what they want.
Right.
That's true. That is.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, why isn't Laurel in this situation, at least realizing that, especially when she's so frustrated with the two of them. It's not even it's all roses and butterflies and stuff in that alliance. She's being very clear that there are problems, but she's not doing too much about it. Yes, I understand it could be too early, but God, this is how Tony won in Cagayan. He gets way too much power, finds way too many advantages, and then people are just literally too afraid to touch him. And then all he has to do is manipulate one person in the end for Wu to take him when he loses a competition.
It's so and this is why I said when Bradley went home, this is why I said that James going home was the best possible thing for Dom's game, because James was the only person ever in this entire game to say Dom needs to go because he's the next Tony, he's the next Russell Hantz.
Yeah.
He called it from the beginning and no one listened to James. So and then James went home and it was he got swap fucked. To be fair, but oh man, it sucks when this happens, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that there are so many advantages. I think a lot of people just want a simpler game state. They either want a simpler game state or they want a longer game where the advantages are just more spread out.
Yeah, and I totally agree.
I brought this up. One, I did like the idol that Chris got, where I had a limited amount of power, because that balances the idol and it gives you it creates more drama, because in my opinion, because it you have to play it by a certain point, and otherwise it's just wasted. And then on the other side, I would like an idol null. Yeah. Which is what I was hoping for, because Dom,
like a power of veto kind of thing.
Kinda, but they had an Australian Survivor where they had it was an idol and an idol negation, where if somebody played an idol, you could play this and be like, nope, your idol's gone, it can't be played.
That's a lot of power, though. I don't know how I feel about that.
But I don't want it paired with an idol. I just want the one idol null, and then they can have as many idols as they want. But other than that,
that's better. I like that.
Yeah.
Wait.
So I think there needs to be some balance, and they're just throwing balance to the wind.
I feel like production, as soon as an idol is played, and it's so obvious, to the point where, I guarantee you, Dominic, he's not being oh, well, I am gonna start looking for an idol today. He's done his homework. He knows that as soon as an idol is played, production plans one out immediately after that. They always have to have one at least in circulation. And I don't know. I totally agree with you, Nate. They need to spread it more out. I feel like in Australian Survivor, which goes a great 55 days, they had the same amount of advantages that we squeeze into 39 days.
Mm-hmm.
So
and they do better twists in Australia. I like the moral dilemmas.
Oh, yeah.
Those are inherently just more interesting and more hilarious.
Yes.
Just if anybody watching this has not seen, who was it? What's his name? It's who was it?
Jericho.
Jericho and the Cookies. Look that up on YouTube. It is the funniest moment from season 2. Please look it up. It's so good.
But, no, I want to talk about this actually because Allison, I want your take on this too. So Jericho in Australian Survivor, he basically like found this advantage that was like you can have this jar of cookies, or you can like
it was firewood.
Yeah, you can get firewood for your camp. You have to choose one right now. What do you want? And he chose a jar of cookies. And like at first, it was this really funny.
And then cookies.
Yeah, and at first it was this like really cute, funny like inside joke, like, oh, Jericho's off to sneak some cookies once again. But then he started thinking, and he ended up being the winner of the season. Spoiler alert, not really because it's been out for a year. But he started using these cookies as currency to gain trust in the game, which that's where, to me, like the magic of this twist really happened. Was he thought to be like, you know what, Allison is starving. How like. What better way for me to gain trust by like bringing her out and saying like, listen, I trust you. I want to share this secret with you. And P.S. have some cookies too. Like it was amazing. It was great. And
he would be like, he went to like 3 different people. He went to one, gave that person 5 cookies, went to another, gave that person 5 cookies, and told them both like, I'm only allowed to give these cookies to you. If you tell anyone, we're both get like penalized or something.
Great. Yeah.
And then, like, the third person he shared the rest of the cookies with, which was his #1 ally. Yeah. And Luke is a madman. He's a genius, but a madman. And, like, Luke, like, oh, my gosh. It's just also the scene where he's eating the cookies, like, 10 feet behind his entire tribe.
Yeah.
Fantastic moment. But, yeah, no, it's, like, we want stuff like that. That, like, shows, like, who the better players are, because anybody can be a good player with an idol or like, a normal advantage. But it's the people who are actually like Michael. I think in any other scenario, Michael really wouldn't be that good of a player if he didn't find idols. Like he like in all honesty, because like it's shown time and time again where like he has to like if you have to rely on idols in Survivor, you're not playing the game correctly. Right. Something went wrong. And like to be fair, like he did get swap fucked multiple times, but like he did like one round where he showed that he actually had competence was the round that James went. Like that's like that was to me where he showed that he at least had some competence as a player. Yeah. Past that, like he just didn't. He was like, I need to be Malolo all the time. And like, no, you need to be like Laurel and Donathan. We're actually smart enough to go to the other side and be like, hey, I want to work with you. I can be numbers for you in the future, so keep us around. Right. And like, yes, I know I'm gonna get hate for that because like, oh, Michael's the best player of the season. No, he's not. Like, if he can't somehow get himself out of the bottom. No, there have been many players that have been in a similar situation as him and have done better. Chris from Vanuatu is a fantastic example where he was 1 versus like 6, 7 women. Yeah, and he ended up winning. So it is possible to get out of that position.
He's also like Taj, Steven, and JT versus like that whole Timbera tribe. They just like all like self-destructed, and those 3 ended up 3 of the final 4, which is crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just like people really underestimate how far a social game can go.
Oh, absolutely.
And like I understand that people are like, oh, social game isn't important because that's what the edit shows. And like, here's the thing, I edited together a show myself. It's not very well known, but social game is extremely difficult to edit. You have no idea, and because it's like it's boring television. And that's why they don't show it. Like, nobody wants to know, like, oh, about my dog that, like, has nothing wrong with it. It's just really cute. No one wants to hear about you mull over your dog for 10 minutes. Like, they want to hear game. Right. So
I think that Michael just got, like, a better admiration for being in this position, honestly, because of the way he looks. And Kellen, even, like, during Tribal Council, is like, I mean, just look at him. Isn't he fantastic looking? And I was like, yes, I agree. But also, like, he's not, like, that fantastic of a player.
Yeah. So,
looks like Allison's talking about Chelsea's eyebrows. Give us an eyebrow update, or just give us a Chelsea update in general.
Chelsea had on a very cute navy blue bikini this evening that I really, really liked. We are all in hopes that she will start to show some personality in the chat room. Hi, Mars in the chat room. Joy Con Thomas said he's hoping that maybe she'll show some personality now. And I said, well, I think her left eyebrow is starting to show more personality than the one on the right. But she was so thin tonight. I thought that immunity necklace would have just slid right down her. Like she could have just like put her arms.
She looks like this episode with Kelly Wentworth looked like at the end of season 31.
Right.
Yeah. It's really, I'm curious to see like the Ponderosa videos from here on out, like how much, like if they're losing on average more than people
they are.
I just want to say that I did say that wouldn't it be something if Chelsea made it to the finals?
Well, she's on her way.
I said it. I said it would be. I said, wouldn't it be something if Chelsea and her eyebrows made it?
And she's getting a Brett edit. We're not going to hear from her until the final 5.
My Wendell, who I picked as the winner, is still there. I wish I had a gambling problem because then I'd be making some money.
Listen, I have good luck in real life, but I don't have good luck gambling. Like every time I gamble, I lose a lot of money. So don't even start. Like, just don't do it. That's my advice.
I don't.
Also, I would like to help Chelsea out. Desiree, even though I don't think Desiree is a good player, she does have good instincts as to who good players are. And Desiree from who got eliminated last episode.
Yeah.
She did a couple interviews and she said that Chelsea's game was actually just primarily social. And she actually had a lot of trust and she felt bad ruining Chelsea's game because Chelsea and her were just so closely tied together. According to someone, it was Chelsea did not vote out Desiree because she knew Desiree was going, but she didn't want to vote out Desiree because Desiree was her closest ally. And so I think, again, it's just one of those cases of like Chelsea's a fantastic social game and she is intelligent and she's playing the game because according to Desiree, she's a super fan. But it's just not making TV because one, Dominic is just completely taken over the edit. And then 2, it's social game, which is boring to watch. So
here's something funny in the chat. Joy-Con Thomas says, eyebrows versus eyes, Chelsea versus Sebastian. Can you freaking imagine if those two hooligans make it
that's next All-Star season, eyebrows versus eyes.
If Sebastian and Chelsea make it to the final 2, can you freaking imagine what that would look like? It would just be a lot. It would be staring and it would be just like picking teeth. It would be insane. I would love it. I think it would be hilarious. I'd be all about it. Let's do this. I want Sebastian and Chelsea to make it to the final 2. It'll be the biggest upset in Survivor history, and Allison will enjoy every minute of it.
Well, if that happened, that would be the second time this season that Jeff is saying, wow, like this is the shortest tribal we've ever had, because literally their speeches at the end would just be like, I got here. Vote for me. Bye.
I'm here. I rode my eyebrows to get here.
Right.
Ryan from last season. Hey, I got to the end.
And Sebastian is like literally like a skeleton. Like he's just like his bones are just sitting there. Like
it's like the chocolate lady from SpongeBob.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Like I don't even know.
They're gonna be wheelchaired into the final 3.
So let me ask, who voted for him? Was it Jenna? Obviously Jenna voted for him tonight. Aren't they together in real life right now?
Yeah, that was interesting that Sebastian voted for Jenna tonight. I was not expecting that.
And I think it was just because like Jenna and Sebastian are both like, hey, we're playing the game here, so we're just gonna do what we have to do to get farther. So I think it was already said, like, I thought Jenna was actually going to survive tonight because Jenna and Sebastian were shown, like, earlier in the season that they were like, oh, we're together and Sebastian's going to do whatever he can to protect her. And then somewhere along the line, it just kind of disappeared and was lost in the edit. Like, what happened to that? So
there's a lot of things getting lost in the edit if your name's not Dominic.
Yeah,
thanks,
that's true. Or Wendell.
Or Wendell. Or Laurel.
Even Laurel, I feel like I still have like question marks in my head about.
I hope Laurel can get to the end. I really do.
And Dominic got the I'm doing this for my family confession tonight.
Shit.
Which you know is the mark for the winner.
Mm-hmm. Kiss of death. That's like me getting on there. I wouldn't talk about my son or my family or anything. I'd be like, I'm out here for my cats.
Well, no, like everybody, like I said, like in a previous episode, like everybody is saying on camera, like I'm rooting or I'm doing this for like some sort of family, but the editors are choosing to show Dominic saying that because they want the audience to be rooting for him when he wins.
Right. But to be fair, like Stephanie got us the same edit. It just happened to be earlier in the season and she got booted. So.
That's true, but they always set up one person pre-season or pre-merge to have this like epic like fall of like being like a great player. Allie was that last season in Healers versus Hustlers. Who was it in Game Changers?
Game Changers, Sandra, probably.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, probably Sandra, not JT. Or Malcolm, I guess Malcolm as well. Malcolm was pretty built up.
And Go Wrong, she was another like player that was set up really strong.
Or Caleb too.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Millennials, I guess Figgy kind of got that edit. And Millennials.
Yeah, I would love to see Figgy return. Honestly,
she needs to return. She has to get us a fans versus flop season. Like, come on, like just.
I would love that happen.
That would be way better than a fans versus favorite season because one, like, it's people that actually deserve to come back. And like or at least half the cast will actually deserve to come back.
Yeah.
And like
and the gameplay would just be so messy. It would be great.
So many people would be so desperate to actually make the merge this time. Like bring Francesca, I can't even say her name. Back for a third time, so she'd be like, "I'm the ultimate flop," and make her the first boot for the third time.
That would be so a final tribal speech. Like I was voted out not once but twice in this game, and now here I am on day 39. Finally, you guys have to. But also, what? Could you imagine?
I would like to say, like, it was just absolutely brutal to watch Jenna get voted out and not even be allowed to like walk out, and she had to like turn around.
That was so awkward.
You just go ahead and sit on with the jury.
Yeah, just go. No, don't go that way. Go
later. Let her go mourn her death in the game.
You know, some intern is like off to the side, being like, "No, go that way.
Just leave."
And that's the first time in Survivor history that.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah, like they've had double eliminations at Tribal before, but they never had them just like go over and sit there. I'm like, just let them walk out. Like, come on.
I would be like Desiree if I were Desiree and she sat like Jenna sat next to me. I'd be like, okay? Is that what I smelled like? You just stay over there, and I'm gonna say, just don't. I'm not hugging you. Just get.
That's true too. Like if I were Jenna, I would just be thinking the whole time, like I'm sitting next to three like freshly showered.
I know. I'd be so self-conscious about it. I'd be like this. I'd be like,
well, she did kind of. If you looked at her, she kind of did like shrink up a little bit. She didn't want to be there.
Resting bitch face though.
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah, but like her body language, it was like she wanted to leave. I would have wanted to leave. I would have been like, "Fuck you, Probst. I'm walking out of here." Like, hell no. I don't care what's happening in the next one. I want a beer.
Jenna in general, just such a dull character. Like I was saying to my friend, like I don't know how she got cast because like she's not even like a rootable like enemy to like root against or anything. Like she's just so like just boring. And
it's gonna be the same thing if she was cleaned up. It would just be a cleaner resting bitch face.
Right.
That's
exactly.
It just wouldn't be.
She even says that her face is boring to watch. She said that in multiple interviews and stuff. Like,
right. But that's not like. That's not, to me, that's not a castable person. Is somebody that goes on camera and says, yeah, I have a resting bitch face. I can't.
I just want people to know that I can show emotion for once. Like
I show emotion.
He literally said that. And like Jeff even said that was her like her point as a character. It's like she wants to be able to show emotion and she's been working on that. I'm like, okay, come back to her when she has worked on that and can show
that's something for a therapist office, not for Survivor.
Yeah. I'm sorry, widening your eyes is not showing an emotion.
Right.
Like showing like is not an emotion.
If it was, what's her face from Ko Rong would have been an interesting character. Not Ko Rong, Kagiyan. She was pre-merge. She got blindsided. She was on the beauty tribe, black hair.
Alexis?
Her, yeah.
Yeah. Her and Jatia, I feel like would be great choices for that.
Eyebrows versus eyes. It needs to happen.
Yes.
Strong facial features.
Can that be our hashtag? Eyebrows versus eyes. Like,
eyebrows versus eyes, or eyes versus eyebrows, or just fucked up facial features.
So we are now looking into the final 8. Who do you guys think is going next week?
I don't even remember who I said was going this week.
Helen.
I need to start writing that down.
Yeah.
You think Helen's going?
Oh, like she's just gonna dig herself a hole. If it's not next episode, it's the one after. Like she's just continually digging herself into more of a hole, and it's showing that like the craziness that Dom had at the beginning of the game, and the fact that he's been able to like they've literally switched how they're playing the game. Like Dom is literally was like he was passive but crazy. And now it's the other way around with Kellen, where she was like aggressively like in control, and now it's different.
I think that Chelsea's going to go next week because now that she's won 2 challenges, I think that they're going to see her like as the threat out of like the people remaining. And yeah, I don't know. Either Chelsea or Sebastian.
I don't want either one of them to go.
You're really like on the Chelsea train now, aren't you?
I love it because like it's just someone that is so dull and gets no time and no edit. Just like, I'm sorry. Every time Sebastian and Chelsea pop up on the screen for 2 seconds, I'm like a child. I'm like, oh, yeah. I gotta watch everything they're freaking doing. And it's nothing. Like I could watch them doing nothing.
I just thought of this. I'm like, that kind of makes me wish that they had a smaller cast. Like, I don't want them to do a 3 tribe season because that just gives them an excuse to do crazy shit that doesn't need to happen. Yeah. I want them to do a 16-person season again because they haven't done that since season 18. So it's been 9 years since the last time they did it, and I want that because it simplifies the game state and actually makes you like everyone considers Token Teens like one of the best seasons ever, especially one for new people to get into.
And no idol was played that season either.
Exactly.
Oh, hey. I have a big piece of, I want to see if you guys can, well, you're already impressing me with all of your nerd knowledge of Survivor, which is it, and I'm not making, I love you guys. I think it's amazing. I'm just hanging back listening to you guys. Here's the thing. I have some trivia. Can you tell me what season, what was the name of the tribe? There was a deaf girl on Survivor.
Amazon.
And it was the women's tribe.
There's multiple seasons. There's actually multiple seasons because it was also
in
Worlds Apart. Yeah, we had Nina.
Oh, Worlds Apart. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She was legally deaf.
I meant like the first one.
I believe that was Christy.
Yeah, Christy.
Yeah, and she was on the women's tribe.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was Amazon.
Yep, season 6. Yeah.
Wow.
I would love to rewatch Amazon. I've been thinking about
that's what that season is like credited for what jump started the strategic evolution of the game.
Yeah, thanks to Rob.
Yeah. Thanks, Rob.
What, Rob Sesternino?
Yeah, because he's the first person who started the I'm on the bottom, I need to flip. That's kind of what he did. And like and that took hold next season when Johnny Fairplay did it. And then it tried to happen in All Stars, but Boss of Rob's just ridiculous with mind control. So, yeah.
Joy Cod Thomas said in the, I guess it's Sebastian, is like, guys, I found a legacy advantage in my teeth. And she's like, guys, I think I found a hidden immunity idol in my fucking eyebrow.
Chelsea's like, oh, where did that come from?
I mean, like in the other one too.
Magic.
Like if I put them together, are they a super eyebrow freaking thing?
Next season, they'll bring back Ghost Island, and they just like unwrap like a scroll, and there's Chelsea's eyebrows like glued onto the thing. Like, just don't talk for 3 tribals straight, and you'll have immunity for the rest of the game.
Lord have mercy.
So upset if I was Chelsea. Like having this once in a lifetime opportunity to be on a show like Survivor, and like you win 2 immunities, like you're so excited to see like your impact on the season, and then you watch the TV, like you bring like all your friends and family together to watch the TV show, and it's literally nothing. It's crazy. It's like
It sucks because like I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Jeff Probst is on like the producer. He's a producer, so like he's direct, like hands-on, like not like what's it like hands-on. I don't know what like influence, yeah, on like how the editing goes down. Of course, he's going to show like put more dominance towards the people that are the big burly guys. I mean, like Ko Rong was a fantastic example. We had a strong alliance of females. And the only one that really got any like substantial amount of time was Aubrey. Yeah. That was because she actually could win a challenge. Right. But she didn't win one. She won a reward. That's it.
So many times. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here.
Allison, do you have any more trivia for us? I really enjoyed that.
No, but I was trying to think of something today that I would think that would be, you guys probably wouldn't know. Oh, well, I was wrong. I was very wrong.
Know off the top of your head the number of males and females that have won idols? Because I know it's something like really imbalanced, but I couldn't remember that.
It is really imbalanced. The number of females that have played idols is significantly lower as well. Because, let's see here. I'm trying to think of the first woman to play an idol, and it's like 16. That was season 16. The first female to play an idol was Amanda.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because no, and did a woman play an idol before that season? I don't think so.
No, because idols started in Guatemala, and
I have a thing. I have a question.
Yeah.
Because we gotta wrap this up soon. Here's the thing. Here's a little thingy. You remember season 1? They announced the winner. They recorded it and then announced it on TV.
Yeah.
And they knew and had to be quiet. And then after that, they started doing it actually live, and they had to wait. And they were all in the same clothes. Like they had to wear like replicas of the same clothes because that wasn't the same outfit. It'd be stanky. When did they stop making them wear the clothes they were wearing in Tribal Council in the finale? Don't Google it. I'm watching both.
No, I know it was before season 13 because I remember you wearing a button-up shirt.
Oh, gosh. I want to say it's season 6. I want to say Amazon is the first season that they cleaned up. Because Brian is the winner before that in season 5, correct?
Oh, season 4.
Do you have the answer to this, Allison?
It was season 4. The reason why I know this is because Vesepia was wearing a jacket. She was wearing a long jacket in her when she won. Because I remember Vesepia winning because she like literally fell out of her seat when she won.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was season 4. That's what it was.
I never noticed. I didn't notice it. I don't know the answer. I just pulled that question out of my ass.
The girl that got runner-up, I can't remember her name. She was still wearing the buff.
Nile?
Yeah. No, season 3. Like Helen or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was still wearing the buff, and then the season before that, so was Tina. So yeah, they were still wearing it during those, and then season 4. It was season 4. Yep.
I didn't notice it until All Stars. I didn't notice it until All Stars finale.
Yeah.
Me. But I'm not saying that's when it was, because I don't know. But I'm just saying that's when I know. Because who won All Stars?
Because I like Amber. Season 7, they might have still made them do it because
I don't think so. Because like
she had that shirt on. She had that yellow shirt on that had something written on it.
I heard Rob on it. No, season 7
Rob or something.
Yeah, she did, and Rob had like a long sleeve sweater on. So yeah, no, it wasn't an All Stars. Season 7, it wasn't season 7. Even though Lil still wore her Scoutmaster uniform, Sandra wore her like pink onesie thing. Yeah. So and she was wearing blue during the season.
I'm just trying to come up with the most ridiculous questions, and you guys freaking have answers. That's how knowledgeable you are. Like, no.
Joy-Con, there should be Redemption Island 2. That is incorrect. I'm sorry. Never, ever bring back Redemption Island ever again. Worst twist ever to happen ever.
I want Crazy Debbie to come back. Just that's all I want. Crazy Debbie versus Russell Hantz.
I love Debbie.
Versus Chelsea versus Sebastian.
If they do a legend season, if they don't bring back Russell Hantz for a legend season, that's going to be a crime.
They won't. He's like totally blacklisted.
Yeah, he is blacklisted, but it's like it has to be the last season.
Why is he blacklisted? What did he do?
He's like a spoiled seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
He's spoiled to Redmond. If you don't know who Redmond is, stay away from his Twitter page. But he spoiled all of 19 and all of 20 to Redmond, and then after Redemption Island, I don't think he spoiled Redemption Island because he wasn't on for very long. So it was.
Well, yeah, he was embarrassed to say I went out.
That's literally why.
Oh, we have someone in there. Boneless Egg is new. Hello, Boneless. Debbie is a queen. She is queen.
She gets tunnel vision.
Yeah, I know. We've tried to have her on this show a couple of times because she knows Debbie, and it has just like always been something wrong with her computer. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, we got to wrap this up. How can everyone find you guys? Nate, you go first.
Okay, so you find me on Twitter at Hatzmania, HATZ Mania. I also host a game called The System. We just wrapped up season 2. It's not like Big Brother or Survivor. It's completely its own format, and our application's closed for season 3. So if you're interested in that, just look at my Twitter page and you'll find a link to an application.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I'll let you know after we're done here then.
Oh yeah, he would love to do that.
Yeah.
He would love that. And of course, type your at whatever your thing is in the chat.
Sure thing.
Nate, for me, like yeah, just copy Tyler. You guys know how to find me. I'm at the.memphis.darling on Instagram. I'm at Summers, SOMMERS 1977. You can subscribe to my weekly meltdown on YouTube. You get a notification when we go live with these things. And please like and share my weekly meltdown on Facebook. Deb is I'm so sorry she's not here, you guys. She is a reality rally. She's actually with some of the people we've been talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
There are Big Brother, there's all kinds of reality show stars where she is, and she's going to come back next week and tell us all freaking about it. So I have no idea who I think is going to go home next week. I kind of think, like someone said Chelsea. Tyler, you said Chelsea?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you say Kellen, I'm going to say Laurel.
Ooh.
Laurel, okay. So I think that's a good trio.
Yeah.
How's that?
And you can find me at TLions, as I wrote in the chat. Mm-hmm. I'm currently going viral on Twitter right now with the Big Brother tweet.
Yes, tell everyone about your tweet real quick.
Okay, so this tweet has been retweeted by Big Brother Canada's official Twitter account. So when they did, I tweeted them and I said, very shamelessly, yo, can I get a follow? I love you guys. And they followed me. So this tweet says, Cassandra's dad has more comp wins than Maddie, Paris, and Will combined. And it currently has 177 retweets and 929 favorites. So I feel pretty accomplished this week.
I remember when I had a Big Brother tweet go viral. That was fun.
I've never had a tweet go viral. I think the most I've ever had is like 5 likes.
Yeah, same here. So I'm.
Oh, I went nuts when I did I don't know if you saw it from like last season of Big Brother, like USA, where it was like the pictures of Cody's face, or it was like of him with different emotions, but the same picture.
Yeah.
Every single time. That was me.
Did you make that?
That was me. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. That was awesome. That was great. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna sign off here. Tyler and I will be back. We're going to do Big Brother Canada, right? Are you watching Big Brother Canada, Nate?
I am just keeping track of it. I'm not actually like watching it. I can only handle Survivor right now. Okay. Ever since Erica went, I've just been like, with it, so.
A lot of people are like that.
Really?
But
I just want Daylight to get split up, and then I'll watch the end.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to, I don't know, man.
I just want them to get split up in the Final Four. I want Kayla to go home because anyone can take Derek to the end and win. So, like, just let Kayla go and anyone else.
I want Derek to
don't know
cut
about that,
I want Derek to cut Kayla.
No. If Kayla cuts Derek, she is in my top 10 Big Brother players of all
I
time.
love doing that to Tyler. He's like, no, stop saying that.
It's not going to happen. Don't even.
I've got a good track record though with me picking people this year.
I've liked Paris since the beginning, even though she has done nothing. I've liked Paris since the beginning. But
same here, but like she's really terrible lately, and I have to I'm breaking up with her as a player. Honestly, I am all in the Kayla camp, and I am happy with riding that into the sunset. But anyway, Allison, I am not going to be here on Saturday. Because what am I doing?
Hold on, let's get off and talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can do it Sunday. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, Sunday. So we'll be back Sunday for that. For Big Brother Canada, and Cliff Myers and I are covering X on the Beach on Empty, that crazy shit show. And then we'll be back next Wednesday, and Deb will be back with us for Survivor episode 12. All right, guys, we're gonna sign off. And we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye.
See ya.
All right. Let me hang. Oh, let me stop. I guess it helps if I hit the right button.